Hey Stoned Roadie Show fans, I'm Shelby Barrett, the official Stonette for the Stoned Roadie Show, and this is Saturday Night Special with Craig Reed and Kathy GODSEY.
It's the Stoned Roadie Show, podcast 334. Roll them if you got them. All righty then, looky here. My name's Craig Reed, a.k.a. the Stoned Roadie, and with me on Halloween night, the lovely Kathy GODSEY.
Happy Halloween, Craig.
Happy Halloween to you, but it's another Saturday night special.
That's right.
So you all are actually seeing this on Saturday night, and Halloween was actually last night, but Kathy's actually got trick-or-treaters going on tonight, but here in Greene, Ohio, we actually had Halloween trick-or-treat last Saturday. So, so here we are on Halloween 2025, and, well, I guess we'll start off with, hey, Jeff Markinette, you sent me that wig, and you told me to wear it, and you donate $100 to the Forgotten Survivor Fund, and I told you I was going to wear it tonight, but I changed my mind because one reason, because I wanted to dress like the dog, and I got an outfit for him too. So I'm supposed to be Super Roadie. I got the Super here and the Roadie here. I'm Super Roadie. I thought that was kind of apropos because there's a reason for that too. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were really impressed with my resume, and I said, you know what? I must be Superman. I said I was in that Skynyrd plane crash. Was unconscious for 2 weeks. So by February, I'm living in New York City. I'm a roadie for Foreigner, one of the biggest bands at the time, doing their second album. And then after that, I did Journey, 1979, during their second album, which is pretty much the height of their run. And then I went back with the surviving members of Rossington Collins, Alan Collins, and then Marshall Tucker Band, and then back with the survivors for Lynyrd Skynyrd and the Torture Tour. That was 1987, and that was just 10 years. Through that whole 10 years, I was in shock.
Yeah.
From that plane crash, my body was in trauma. I was in shock. Plus, all of us turned into alcoholics. Well, we were already alcoholics, but it got worse. Yeah. And, we were doing drugs and smoking pot. I went on those world tours. I didn't have any business traveling around, let alone doing the stuff I did and doing good. I don't know how I pulled it off. I swear to God, it was, all the.
You were in survival mode. I mean, crisis mode, right? You were in shock. You got out of the hospital, and then, I guess instead of going home, you just got right back to work. That's probably how you had to deal with it.
I don't know. I was still in shock years after that.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna attempt to put this clothes on.
Now that's Leon, right?
Yeah, he's never had clothes on. I don't think.
This
was actually the first Leon's outfit.
Oh, that's right. I think I remember a picture.
Yeah,
of you.
he was. We had that Christmas.
Yeah, you with your wife and
Leon
under the Christmas tree. He's not happy about this. He's like, "What are you doing to me?" Oh, he's not happy at all. Oh my gosh. Oh, he doesn't.
That's why I decided to do this live because I knew he was gonna make a fuss.
Poor thing. He doesn't like it. Oh. Aw, take it
Well,
off of
you
him.
get
He
the
doesn't
point.
like it.
You get
Yeah,
the
that's
point.
not. So animals don't like to have clothes put on them. Poor thing. He's like, oh my God, take it off. That's not okay. Poor thing. I feel so sorry for him. I would never put clothes on my pets.
Oh, he'll be all right.
He does look cute though.
He'll be all right.
You leave it on for a couple of minutes. What does it say on the back?
Um, it says, Super Dog will protect you.
Oh,
Good boy.
oh, how cute. Poor little thing. And I guess Wicker's hiding. He's like, you're not putting me in that thing.
I don't have another one.
Wicker's bigger. He would need a bigger size.
No, he wouldn't fit in there.
Yeah.
Leon must have been just a baby when we put that on him because it just barely fits him and he weighs 5 pounds.
Oh, he looks so mad. Poor guy.
But
I
yeah. So, anyways, so yeah, TP. TP, man, she sent me a package. She spent $35 just on postage.
oh,
Yeah, I think it's my early trick or treat. She sent me a big old pack of walnuts. I like walnuts because they kill parasites.
where are those walnuts grown?
They're California walnuts, I guess. They're
Okay.
cider mill walnuts.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Julian. Yeah, Julian cider mill. Yeah, cider mill. It's cider mill. Yeah, they must make cider there.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
Julian cider mill. Yeah, Julian, California. Yeah, cool. And she sent me some pecan apple butter, and oh my
Oh,
God,
that sounds
about half of
good.
that's gone. But yeah, pecan apple butter. Boy, that's good stuff. Thank you.
That looks delicious.
It is. I just been eating little spoonfuls at a time. It's good. And then she sent me some beer soap.
Wow. That's very nice of you,
She sends me soap
TP.
all the time. And then she sent me these glasses, and these are wild. I'll have to wear these when I'm eating mushrooms.
That's the best
Because you
time to
can't
wear those
see shit.
glasses.
You can't see shit with them on. They're kaleidoscopes, and yeah.
Don't go walk into the grocery
They're
market with those
cool,
on.
but you can't see shit with them on. I'll be wearing them next time I eat mushrooms, so they'll be cool with that.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
but thank you, TP. That's cool, man.
And Patricia Len sent me a book about a month ago. She sent me a copy. It was so sweet of that book, So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star, that paperback by Sharon Lawrence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm
She
in
got
it.
that a while back on Amazon, and somebody, the previous owner, had cut some pictures out, so there are things missing. But she's so sweet. She went through the entire book, and she notated everywhere Lynyrd Skynyrd was mentioned. So thank you so much to her. And then she also sent me a Van Zant family tree, which is really cool. So thank you so much to Patricia for going out of your way to send that to me. And I sent her some photos a while ago. So I really appreciate that. Thank you, Patricia. All right. So what else is going on? So I hear you're having some company on Sunday, right?
Yeah, Kathy Keeble and Savannah are coming. And
Okay.
then my lifelong friend for 50 some years, Cindy Rutherford, and her friend, well, my friend too now, Jackie Templeton. I saw Cindy at the class reunion, and she said, "Next time you go to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you got an extra seat. Let me know. I'd like to go with you." So I saw her at the alumni class reunion. I said, "Hey, I'm going up there with a couple of people. If you want to go." She said, "Yeah, cool." So her friend Jackie was there, and Cindy said, "I told Jackie," and Jackie said, "I want to go too." I said, "Well, you can go." There's been only four, so I won't have a problem once there's 4 people getting in. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I'm going up there Sunday with them, and
Very
then
nice.
next Wednesday maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna do a few shows still on that the Tide 100.9. I was supposed to do a show last Wednesday. He called me Tuesday the night before, and I goes, "Yeah, man, I'll talk to you tomorrow." Next day, I totally forgot. And it was from
So
11:30 to 12. At 12 o'clock, he called and said, "You okay?" I goes, "Yeah." Oh shit, I forgot, didn't I? So we're gonna do an hour and a half on Tuesday, I think, straight on the phone, and then he's gonna break it up into 3 parts yeah, because I told him it's hard to get everything in 30 minutes, so they're gonna do it like 3 weeks in a row or something on tape, so
what are you
cool.
going to talk about? Is he going to ask you
He's
questions
just gonna
or?
ask me questions, yeah. I
Okay.
think he's gonna ask me a lot of some questions about Journey and Foreigner too, and just my
Okay.
whole not just Skinner, but Journey and Foreigner and the
Yeah.
whole my whole resume.
I think most of the questions about Skinner have already been answered. Actually, to prepare for tonight, I was actually looking through the previous shows that you and Griff did to look for the questions because I know you guys have been talking a lot. So I just grabbed some questions from the previous recent podcast that you guys have done. I want to mention thanks to Kathy Keeble, you just mentioned her. She's always traveling all over the place seeing concerts. God bless her. And she recently saw Paul McCartney, I think out in West Coast or Nevada or something or California. And she sent me a video of Paul McCartney. That was really good. Thank you so much, Kathy, for that. He sounded great for his age. So thank you for to her. What do you have there, Craig?
Well, I got some donations.
Okay.
Scott Palomar donated $30 to the
It's very
Survivor
nice.
Fund, so that gives everybody $660 now.
That's very nice.
And then Sammy, my buddy Sammy Cataluna, we mentioned that Mitch Scooby donated or bought 5 books of my buddy Sammy, and they're only selling for 30. But Sammy said, that's too cheap. So he sent in 50 to get one of them books. But he's getting that off of Griff. So that'll go off of the total that Griff sends me. I think he's got
Hmm.
1,000 or I think he's got, I don't know how much money he's got. He's going to send up here to me, and that'll add to the total. So I don't know. So yeah. So thanks, Scott Palomar and Palmar and Sammy Catalona. And yes, like I said, Sammy Griff was selling them books. It's got 5 of them, and this is one that sold, but they sell for 30. But my buddy Sammy said that's too cheap, so he sent 50. So thanks, Sammy. So there.
Which book is this, Craig?
I thought it was Gene's. Gene's apparently doing another book, and I thought he was going to
Oh,
do a limited edition. And I said that's what they were, but I was mistaken. So
looks like Christmas over there. Where'd you get the Crown Royal?
Sammy brought it for me to me today.
Oh,
I was looking for this is Crown Royal chocolate. This is what I was drinking the other night.
that looks
Uh,
good. What
when
does
they
a
had the
bottle of that go for?
$25.
Oh, that's it? Oh,
Mhm.
I thought Crown Royal was a lot more expensive.
Yeah, just a fifth. This stuff's
Oh.
dangerous, though. It don't taste like whiskey. Tastes
As
like
Craig is opening it right now in the show.
yeah, Crown Royal chocolate. Open it on. I'm gonna take a drink. You mentioned well,
I'm going to take a drink too. Here you go.
you mentioned
Purified water.
you mentioned Lynn uh, Crombie
Yes,
with the
Patricia
book,
Lancombe.
and Lynn sent me these glasses, so I thought that would be pretty apropos that I pop this open drink it out of Lynn's glass. Thank you, Lynn, for the book and the glass. So cheers.
Wow, look at you. You're really partying it up on this Halloween. By the way, you didn't ask me about my costume.
Oh yeah. How about your hippie outfit there, Kathy
Well, it's not
Gutsy?
much of a stretch. I'm not a hippie. I'm too young to be a hippie. I was born in 61. I mean, I'm definitely too young, but the t-shirt is something I wear a lot. This is my own necklace. The glasses are just the filter. And this is something we had my daughter's had lying around the house. But it's definitely not a stretch. And last year I had the black wig. So I really went out last year. Not a good look, but that was fun. But I just pulled this together tonight. So I'm very comfortable tonight. And I'm really happy to be here on Halloween night. I went to the grocery store last night on the way home from work and I thought, let me get some candy. I can't believe I was actually standing there 20 minutes looking at the prices. A big bag of candy, maybe, I don't know, pound and a half or something. $33 for a bag of candy. I did buy a smaller bag. It was like $16, but unfortunately, it's all the good things. It has the Almond Joys and the peanut butter cups and the Kit Kats. So I put them outside on my front porch in a bucket, and I put a note on there. It's Happy Halloween, take one or two. And I'm hoping that by the time we're done tonight, it's empty because I don't want to get stuck with that candy because I have no resistance. But this way, no one's knocking at the door. And I feel sorry for the kids because it's only in the 40s here. It's kind of cold out and windy. And I feel sorry for these kids going around knocking on doors, you know? So happy Halloween to everyone. I remember in the old days when we used to go out with our pillowcases and come home with them filled with candy. Now it's not, it's a little more difficult for kids to go out. People are not as generous, I think, and it's not as safe to go trick-or-treating as it used to be. So I give them credit for that. How's cousin Figel doing, by the way? You know, he actually left me a phone message over a month ago, and I apologize for not getting back to you, cousin Figel. I'm going to call you, but Craig, have you heard from Figel lately?
I talked to him a couple weeks ago. He's doing
Mhm.
okay. Yeah.
He's doing okay? Oh, that's good. All
Mhm.
right. And I know Robert Wheatley he's also very nice. He had sent me all that stuff back. He sent me the road case and all those pictures. Have you heard from him lately? How's he doing?
Yeah, he's doing good. He had to go down and or his he had a kidney transplant, so he had to go down and that's why he couldn't make it out to the thing.
Oh,
His doctor,
okay.
it was time for his checkup, and his doctor wanted him to do some extra tests before I come down there for his checkup. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I want to thank Cindy Hudson. Every day she sends me these really nice little prayers, and every day she sends them to me. And every once in a while I get to acknowledge them. But thank you, Cindy, for thinking of me and reaching out and sending those blessings to me. My friend James LaRocco from Long Island, he wants to know where to send a donation. He wants to make sure you get it. He felt so bad about Artemis refusing the donation that he wants to send a donation for the survivors that's appreciated. So where would the best place to be to send that donation?
I'll put up a
Okay.
address at the end of the show, but it's P.O. Box 442. You know, that's a
Mm-hmm.
really fast car back in the day. 442. P.O. Box 442. Green, Ohio, Green, Ohio, 442. There you go again. 32, 442,
Okay.
32. Yeah.
That's easy to remember.
Yeah.
Post Office
P.O.
Box
Box,
442, right? Okay.
Green, Ohio, 44232.
Okay. There you go, James. I hope you're doing well. And I want to say hi to Angela Leonard. Angela also is very sweet. She sends me messages every once in a while. I don't have time to read them or return messages, but I appreciate everything that everybody sends to me. Really sweet, just really nice people out there who are really supportive of the podcast and very kind. So we have some questions. I just got a bunch of questions tonight, actually. I went through a bunch of podcasts that you and Griff had done, and I grabbed some questions. But the first thing I wanted to mention to you was I noticed that Cameron Crowe came out with a book, another book, and he's actually written other books before, which I have not purchased yet. But this one is called The Uncool. And it says it's a memoir that chronicles his journey as a teenage Rolling Stone writer in the 70s, interviewing rock legends like Zeppelin and David Bowie before becoming the director of Almost Famous and Jerry Maguire. But you're saying that Lynyrd Skynyrd would not be in there because they're cool?
Oh
Is that what
yeah,
that means?
Cameron toured around with us a bunch. He was running around with Mary Beth Medley, our road
Hmm.
manager, and he was over in Europe with us. If you ever get a chance to see my films, I've got him in my films when we're at the bullet station in Japan, going from Osaka to Tokyo or something. I don't know,
I
but
remember that. There's that
yeah, he's seen some
YouTube
of my films.
interview with him from the King Biscuit Flour Hour where he tells the hat story in Japan. I love that interview because he's such a good speaker and he makes it so he's such an interesting speaker. He makes a story so cool to listen to.
Yeah, he's good friends with all the Skinner guys. I'm sure that they won't be in his uncool book.
I'm going to check that out. I think I can read
I
it for
know, I
free.
mean, I've talked to Cameron quite a few times. He's, pretty cool guy.
Yeah. He really is. He's somebody I like to read his work. I like to see him on interviews. He's a really interesting speaker. I might check. I think I can read it for free as an Amazon Prime member. All right, you ready for a couple of questions?
Sure, I'm always ready.
Hopefully they haven't already been asked a long time, many times. But one question I want to ask you was this is actually my question. So we've heard a lot of interviews of Leonard Skinner, the original band members, talking about the crash. What happened? I hate to bring this up again, obviously, but as the night of the crash and what was happening on the plane when they boarded, when everything was going crazy, what happened afterwards. We've heard from Gary, we've heard from Artemis, we've heard from Gene, we've heard from you, but I've never heard anything from Alan. Nothing. Did he ever talk about it? What was like,
No,
never talked about it.
no, I never did.
Why
That's what
not?
I remember. It's something me and Gary and Alan, we never talked about it. Leon, Billy, we never talked about it. No, none
But
of us.
they've talked about it. I mean, maybe many years after the fact, they've talked about it on interviews,
I
but
mean,
right after it
even me
happened,
and Gene don't talk about it. But none of us that were on the plane talk about it. I mean, me and Mark Frank don't really talk about
mhm.
what we saw or anything, or you know.
But this was 40 something years ago. What about at the time this all happened? Right about after everybody got out of the hospital? Like, what was anybody talking about it? Or, I mean, Ronnie was lost,
I
and
guess we talked about what we remember then, I guess, but I don't
yeah.
remember anything. Like I always
Mhm.
say, I was looking out the window laughing, because I was winning money at the poker game. I was going, pull over that shell station, I'll fill it up, and this is
Yeah.
going to be a wild. How's the taxi cabs going to come and get us out of this field here? I thought we were going to land it in that pipeline we were going down.
Yeah.
So. It's
I
going to be a
know.
rough ride, but might knock the wings off of it. But it'll be something to tell our kids about. And then all of a sudden they tilted the plane to the left, and we started clipping pine trees or trees. Yeah.
It was such a sad day, October 20th. I was sad all day. A lot of people were just putting things on Facebook and commenting. It was very sad. It's hard for me to ask you questions about it because it was such a sad time. But I never heard anything from Alan that he mentioned or commented on it, or I guess he was so happy to just get home and be with his family after he got out of the hospital.
I don't know. It's when we woke up in the morning, we didn't have any limos. You know, the thing in Artemis's movie about it, them traveling to Artemis's and limos and stuff. We didn't have any limos. We woke up, most of us were all hung over, like Ronnie was depicted in the movie. We were all like that, you
Hmm.
know. And and yeah, we did. Yeah, and I was putting everybody in taxi cabs. We were getting vans, and it was, really hectic getting everybody to the thing. And there was speculation that we waited for Artemis to get there for a couple hours, and the engines were running. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got on the plane and sat down, and we started playing poker, and that's all I remember.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's been a long time. All right. Well, I just wanted to ask you about that. So I have a
Yeah, I don't mind.
question. I have a question from Winslow Red Cross. I'm not sure what his real name is, but he goes by Winslow Red Cross. The Rossington Collins Band, the first album. What did you think about that album while it was being recorded and when it was finished? What were your feelings about it? Did you think it was going to
Right.
be?
That was great. That was a great band, man. That was
Mhm.
Dale. She did a great job, writing what she wrote. And I actually went and bought her a typewriter and remember her sitting and typing and writing songs. It was pretty cool, yeah. But I remember that, and she did a great job, writing songs for that. Yeah, she was.
So you really were happy with the album
Hmm.
when it
Yeah,
was
and so were the
released.
people when they. Washington and Collins didn't play Skinner songs when they went and
Hmm.
played. They played Washington Collins songs. They played a couple of Crossroads and maybe or something like that, but I don't even remember that. But yeah, they played all Washington Collins stuff, and it was powerful, and people loved it. In New Jersey, I remember we played there. The crowd ripped the first row, 3 rows of seats out of the that
Hmm.
outside
Yeah.
pavilion there. Yeah.
That's interesting. We had talked about that on a previous podcast. I was at that show. I was probably up in the front somewhere. I don't remember that, but I know it happened, but maybe I didn't
Well,
see it or I wasn't
everybody
but
was standing on those seats, and they just collapsed. Yeah, everybody was. I mean, if you remember, people were jumping. God, I knew
uh,
that was going to happen.
go get your phone. Poor little Leon.
You know I'm doing a podcast. Hello, this is Craig Reed, and this is the Reed resident.
Yeah, I do remember that concert. That place, it was called the Garden State Arts Center. They were so strict. I remember having a camera with me, and they saw me taking a picture. They took the camera away from me. They took the film out and they gave me back the camera. You were not allowed to take pictures. They were just nuts about it. So, but I do remember when they played in concert, they played all of the songs from their album, and then they closed it with Freebird. So I think it was like 9 songs in Freebird. So it was great, amazing. All right. So this question is from Autumn Honecker. All right. She said, "This is a silly question, Craig, but in the spirit of Halloween, do you believe in ghosts?"
I actually stayed in a house, the crazy house we called it, and
Mhm.
I swear there were spirits there. I never seen a ghost, but I've heard people walk up steps that never there, and I've seen doors open that there was nobody there. But we weren't afraid of them. We'd try to talk to them, and there would be a bunch of us sitting there, and we'd hear somebody come up the steps, and the door open. We'd all go. We'd all hear it, and we'd all go, "Well, you gonna talk to us this time, or what?"
That's
I
right.
never did, but I would go up there to the front door and go in the house, and I hear people just talking, just plain as day. And I go in, and there's nobody there. TV not on, radio's not on. Yeah,
Wow.
it was weird, but it's in the place called Rhodes Hollow, and
Okay.
it's a place that's kind of known. They had Crybaby Bridge where you're supposed to go and you're supposed to hear a baby crying
Oh my
and all
gosh.
kind of stuff. Yeah, but it's in a place where they actually sell books. That there's weird stuff going on down there. But yeah,
Yeah.
but never
Doesn't
seen
have to be
one, but I've
necessarily ghosts, but it's like spirits,
spirits.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of people who have passed. So she said here, I've heard that Ronnie's childhood home is haunted. And then somebody by the name of Kurt spoke about the weird happenings going on when Billy and Leon were talking about Ronnie. Do you recall that? I don't know who Kurt
No.
is. Kurt? Okay. You
At
know,
the Van Zant house?
yeah, Ronnie's childhood home is haunted. She heard
When
that.
what when I don't know that Billy and Leon were there uh, after the crash.
Yeah, yeah, I
I
guess.
don't know that they were ever there, but I don't know. They might have been, but I never heard that they were there.
Okay.
They're
But
both
you
gone.
never,
To they're both gone to ask them,
you
but
can't ask them. But I mean,
yeah,
people are always at the Van Zant home, right? I haven't heard or anything about the Van Zant home being haunted, right?
I don't know.
You know, there's a great movie. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this. Did you ever see 1408?
No.
That's a great movie about it's John Cusack. He plays a writer who travels around to haunted hotels, haunted rooms in hotels to try to debunk the, supposed sightings or reports of paranormal activity. So he gets this random mysterious postcard in the mail, and it says it's for a hotel in New York City, and it says if you go there, do not enter room 1408. And of course his interest is piqued, and he demands to go to that hotel and stay in that room. When he calls the hotel, they won't let him reserve that room. So he gets his lawyer involved, and his lawyer says they have to let you stay in the room. So he goes to the hotel, goes to check in, and then the manager is my friend from Pulp Fiction. Samuel L. Jackson's the manager. And Samuel L. Jackson pulls him back and tries to do everything he can to dissuade him from staying in this room. He's like, you don't want to go in this room. You don't want to stay in that room. That room is haunted. If you stay there, we're going to have to scrape you up off the floor. No one has ever stayed in that room for more than 24, I think an hour or something like that. But John Cusack insists on staying in that room. So he goes up, he walks into the room, and from then on, I'm not even going to tell you what happens. It's a really good movie, 1408. If you guys anybody want to watch a good movie this weekend, watch 1408. It's amazing. It's really good. It's crazy. And I love John Cusack. It's a really good one. It's one of my favorite creepy movies. What is like one of your since it's Halloween, are there any movies that ever freaked you out that you just like scared the crap out of you growing up or now?
Um, there was one I seen when me and my friends went and seen. It was called "Color Me Blood Red."
Oh, I never heard of that one.
It was pretty bad. The guy was making a painting, and he was reaching inside these people's guts, and he was getting in there, and he was squeezing out a bunch of blood, and then he was painting.
Ew.
Yeah,
Ew.
it's pretty nasty.
But I mean, what about the big movies? Like the movies that freaked me out, that changed me were The Exorcist, Rosemary's Baby freaked me out, right? That was creepy. Blair Witch Project, the ending still freaks me out. I mean, there's some movies I just can't even watch. They're just scare the heck out of me.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre was pretty bad.
I didn't see that one. I didn't. What about Night of the Living Dead? That's creepy, right?
Oh, yeah. That one's okay,
Yeah, that was creepy. Black and white. Yeah.
yeah.
Some of the movie. I mean, tonight's a good night for watching those things. But and you guys, 1408, you will not be disappointed. It's so good. It was crazy. It was crazy. All right. Abby Road wants to know, she loves when Wicker and Leon fight, just like the old Skynyrd band. She says, Craig, thank you for all that you do. It does not go unnoticed. So shout out to Craig for everything he does. All right. That's from Abbey
I
Road.
just show up to these things. You and Griff put them together. I just show up and sit here and have fun.
I put this one together in like an hour after school today. I did not have it. This was not a good week. And I said I'm not going to cancel, but it was not a good week. And I'm feeling a little better now. I'm feeling good that we're doing this now, but I got this together so quickly. So, okay, Roger Banning. He wants to know if you have any funny stories about the gators around Hell House.
Well, I don't know. I guess the funniest one would be when Ronnie was throwing pickles across the thing and telling Chad the pickles was attract the gators, and the gators started chasing the pickles, or something like that, and Ronnie says, "I'll be damned, it works." So Ronnie, our Chad would go down there and throw pickles out in the water back there.
Would they just go for anything that was thrown in the water, or were certain things that
I
they,
I
you
don't
know?
remember. I don't remember trying to feed the gators myself.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, they used to swim off that stupid dock, and there's damn gators in there. I mean, there was I've got a picture of a gator that that died right up, just they
Mm,
found it out. Yeah, it was about 10 foot, and right there, right off by the dock, right there. While we were out there
my God.
practicing, there was a dead gator laying there about 10.
Oh my God. I'm so afraid. That's what one thing about Florida that freaks me out. I would not go swimming anywhere if it wasn't a pool. I would be so afraid. I see people swimming in all these beautiful lakes, and I'm just so afraid that there are alligators, you know? I wouldn't take a chance. There, he's feeling so much better now that you took that costume off of him.
Right.
All right, Kitty Kaleidoscope wants to know, where did you get that cockroach magnifying glass? Oh no, no, no. You know what? Leon is not in a good place right now. He was just humiliated by wearing a super dog costume. So he's not having it right now. So Craig, where's that cockroach magnifying glass? Kitty Kaleidoscope wants
Yeah,
to know where
right
you got
there.
it.
Yeah. It's actually a grasshopper, I believe.
Oh, it's a grasshopper. Okay.
And where does
All
it
right.
come from? Says 2003 Insect Lord USA. Yeah.
And insect lure, Lure. Okay.
Yeah, Insect Lore.
So
L-O-R-E, yeah.
there's probably a website, insectlure.com. Kitty, check it out. You'll probably find, I don't know if they still make it, but you'll probably find something similar. Or you can check Amazon. But so it's a giant grasshopper magnifying glass. Okay. She thought it was a cockroach. All right. Yeah, that's not a cockroach, but
That's all I can
that's
read.
cool. So that reminds me of Romper Room, right? The lady in Romper Room. I see
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I see you,
There were
Kitty.
different versions of Romper Room, I guess, all around the country.
I remember her holding up that
Yeah,
glass.
magnifying glass, yeah. This has been sitting on my desk since, I don't know, 2003, 22 years. That's a long time. Don't know where I got it.
All right. Do you know a gentleman by the name of Keith Christopher with having to do with Lynyrd Skynyrd?
No,
All right. Somebody said, asked, why did Keith Christopher leave Lynyrd Skynyrd? He played with Eddie and Billy Joe Shaver, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, and the Georgia Satellites, and something happened. I guess she's referring to the new Lynyrd Skynyrd, the Lynyrd Skynyrd tribute band. But you don't know who Keith Christopher is?
no. What was he supposed to play?
I have no idea. That was the question. I never heard of Keith Christopher either. But okay, we need more
Because I saw something the
clarification.
other day where the pair of drumsticks was they were actually some made for somebody, but I don't remember that guy. And Michael
Okay.
Carlone's been with them. I knew all the drummers before I left, and Mike Carlone's been with them ever since I left. So I don't know who that guy was, but they're selling a set of his drumsticks that are associated with Lynyrd Skynyrd for $150 on. Well, that's what they want for him anyway. But I don't know who the guy is. I don't
Wow. All right.
ever played drums for Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Yeah, actually,
It
that's
says he
true.
played in New York with them, but as far as I know.
All right. So whoever asked that question, you have to tell us who Keith Christopher is. If you want to leave it in the YouTube comments, we'll try to get back to you
I
on
have
that.
no idea who he is, not at all.
All right. There's a
'Cause I haven't
gentleman by
been
the
with
name.
him for 20 years, you know.
Yeah, I know. I know. I don't know. It sounds like he's from somebody from the tribute band. Maybe it was with them. I don't know. Keith Christopher. I never heard of him. Okay. There's a gentleman by the name of Keith. It looks like Guth, Guth. I may have spelled it wrong. He wants to know, does anybody have a real, like authentic, original Tour of the Survivors tour program that was sold at the concerts? He said all the ones that are out now are from afterwards with the name of the deceased people on the back. The real program apparently was not the black cover, but the program was actually the Flames photo. Okay, the Tour of the Survivors. He's looking for an original tour program, the Survivors tour program.
Yeah, those backstage stick-on passes, I had a dozen of those things at least, and
Really?
I just gave them all away. They're selling for $2,000 a piece.
Oh my goodness.
I just gave them all away. Yeah.
Now, I have a question about the Street Survivors album. So, I bought the Street Survivors album before, before they changed the cover. Are they being reissued now? I mean, because I know vinyl's back out. Do you know whether that original
Possible. I
cover is
don't
being
know.
reissued? Okay.
Possible. I don't know. I don't, they're not with MCA Records anymore, so that's an MCA thing.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
So I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah. So I guess any out there you'd have to find. I was in Colorado visiting my daughter 2 years ago, and I went to this little store and I got the Rossington Collins Band album, the LP. It was like $5. So I just grabbed it. So you have to get one of the originals. I don't know if anybody has one of those original tour programs. If you're interested in selling it, put the comments on the YouTube and maybe you have a buyer. But Keith, thanks for the question. And if somebody has one they're looking to sell, maybe you can hook up with them or you can check it out through eBay, you know. All right, your friend Rock On, the guy who he's always writing in all uppercases, Rock On, he screams.
Yeah,
He
rock
says,
on.
"Hey Craig, I'm still watching every Monday. Thanks for what you and Griff do." He's
Is
still
he
writing in
yelling?
uppercases.
Is he yelling?
I don't know his name. I know his name is Rock On. I don't know who that is
No,
though.
I said, is he yelling? Is he writing in caps?
Yeah, it's all capitals. That's
He's yelling, huh?
that's how we know that's Craig. I mean, that's Rock On. All right. This question is from somebody who goes by the name of Medieval Times. He wants to know, I feel like I've asked you this before, but I'm going to ask you again. If you have one item, what's the most valuable or prized belonging that you have from the band? Something that you will keep for yourself and never, ever, ever, while
Leon's
you're alive,
vest.
pass
Yeah, I
away.
told that before. Leon's vest. That's really the only
That's
thing I
right.
have that's really,
Mhm.
you know, material thing.
So then
Everything
you're
else
saying, I'm sorry to cut you off. Alan Collins's license plate from his car. So that's up for grabs. You would consider getting.
is. Yeah, it's more it could be more not mine than the vest, yeah.
Ooh, if you ever want to, I want that license plate.
It'd be hard for me to get. Well, maybe the tackle. I don't know, the tackle box. Maybe. I
Oh
guess.
yeah, the tackle box.
Yeah.
No,
I
I'm
keep
still looking
forgetting.
for the
I keep
license
forget. I
plate.
keep wanting to forget about. I have that because I. That's why I hid it from myself years ago. I just hide it
Yeah.
so I don't know I have it.
Now you still have the keys to Alan's car, right? I mean,
Yeah.
right? Okay, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good to know. All right. Okay, Scooter Weed. Scooter Weed has a, I never saw him do this, but he wants to know why Gary always bit people on the shoulder.
Ronnie did that.
Oh, Ron, he put Gary.
No,
Gary,
Ronnie did.
okay, why did Ronnie, I think I've seen pictures of Ronnie doing that. Why did he bite people on the shoulder?
Just as guitar players, he bit them. I don't know why.
He just,
He like
just to
when
be
they were doing
playful.
a solo, he just liked to bite them on the shoulder to see if they could still play when he was biting them. I guess I don't know.
He was just being playful. He wasn't trying to be,
I guess
busting
I
people's
don't.
chops. All right.
He never bit me. He bit everybody else. I think me and Kevin's the only people he never bit.
Did he
And
beat
Artemis.
Alan? Because Alan was kind of
Oh yeah, he
tall.
bit Alan. He bit Gary. He bit. I think he bit Ed. He bit every. I don't think he ever bit Steve. Maybe, but
No.
yeah, Chuck, Joe, everybody. I don't think he ever bit Artemis, but Billy. I'm sure he bit. Leon. I'm sure he bit everybody.
I can't imagine anybody biting Artemis on the shoulder. He's a Marine. I don't think that would be a good idea to do that.
Yeah.
All right. Janet Green says, "Thank you, Craig. I got my prizes today in the mail. They are great. I love all the extra pictures and stickers. Thank you so much. I love this show. I watch every single podcast. So thank you. Janet got her stuff. She's very happy.
I sent that stuff out a long while ago.
Yeah, that was in one of
Yeah,
the
what's his
previous.
name? Wheelchair Chuck. Oh, he was just flabbergasted with the way I do the document of authenticity for everybody. He said it's so professional.
Aw.
He said, I'm gonna get that framed. Yeah,
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's
but I
nice. And you were
know that's why
oh,
I've signed my name so pretty, so I know you're gonna hang it on your wall.
you were saying that you don't like when people ask you to autograph their shirt. That's hard to, especially when they're wearing it, right?
Oh,
Could you
shirts
sign
are
my
a pain
shirt?
in the ass to sign. That's why I don't sell T-shirts anymore. People were always wanting me to sign them, and it's a pain in the ass.
Mhm. Yeah, it is because they're wearing it. And even if they're not wearing it, if it's flat, it still moves or it's still fabric. It's hard to sign. And you're very meticulous about your signature. So I can see, this no good, get another shirt. This is no good, get another shirt. All right, so Nathan Smith. He has a question about Alan's hat. Wasn't that the Robin Hood hat or something like that?
I don't know
Remember,
what that.
Alan wore he wore a red.
Oh, the feather hat. Yeah, the Robin Hood hat.
Well,
Yeah.
he wants to know where he got it.
I have no idea where he got that.
And when he started wearing it, didn't he start wearing that in during Rossington Collins? Or did he
Yeah,
like okay.
I never really did care for that hat, but
Oh. And then I remember in Lynyrd Skynyrd, I think it was when they went to Japan. Didn't he wear the red cowboy hat?
Alan never wore a cowboy hat.
It was like a red hat. Yeah, there are
It
pictures
was
of
a
the band.
it was a red hat with a big white feather in it.
No, there's a pic. I see. All right, I'll have to send it to you or post it. But there are pictures of Alan. Looks. I thought it was Japanese. He was wearing a big hat. It looked like a big red cowboy hat, not with the feather, not the Robin Hood hat. It was a different hat.
I don't remember him ever wearing a hat except for the Robin Hood hat.
All right, I'm going to put it in the comments. I'll put the hat that I'm referring to in the comments, and then you'll say, "Oh yeah, that forgot about that hat." Okay. Um, Somebody, oh, Cheesehead, he's still talking. Another question about Alan's clothes. So on the Street Survivors album cover, he says it looked like he's wearing a white cape. It looks like a robe. Doesn't it look like a lab robe or something like that? A
Alan,
white
yeah,
jacket.
that's a white. Yeah, it's like a kimono. Actually, it's like a silk kimono.
Oh, really? Was it silk? Oh, wow.
Hmm.
That's nice. Do you know where
Yeah,
he got that?
silk. Probably Japan. I mean,
Okay. All right. And Jeff, our friend Jeff, he said, okay, he has a question about the Leonard Skinner 24 gold records, the gold albums. They have 24 gold albums. He said, how do you get 24 gold albums if they only put out 5 studio albums and 1 live album?
well, there's a gold album, and then it goes platinum, and then
Hmm.
it goes double platinum, and it goes triple platinum, and then it goes, yeah. So there's one for each. So yeah, it goes from gold to platinum,
Okay.
and then to double platinum, and then some of them are like 4 or 5 times platinum. So you get one for every one of those. And then you get one for 1 million sold, and yeah, there's quite a few. I have a dozen. I have a dozen gold albums myself.
That's interesting. I did not know how many platinums could there be? I mean, what's the highest um,
Well,
you
it's
know,
I don't
status?
know. Skinner's only got triple platinum or something. I don't know. I don't have any in here.
That's
Yeah,
interesting. Like the biggest selling records of all time, what's kind of, status is that? Is it like what's the highest status
I
you could
don't know
get
the
after gold?
highest one.
All right,
I
somebody,
could
well,
figure it out. It just like
yeah.
I'm too stupid to figure that out on the fly.
No, you're not stupid. It's just a question that we never even thought
No,
of.
that's
I
all
never
I
even
know.
thought
It
of that
goes
question.
gold, and then it goes platinum, and
Mhm.
then it goes double platinum, and then it goes triple platinum, and
Okay.
on, until it goes to I don't know.
Yeah, it goes to where? Like, what about the biggest
It goes to
selling records
millions
of all
sold,
time?
and
You know? All
yeah,
right. Somebody's going to have to let us know. I mean, we can obviously Google that, but like, what are the biggest selling albums of all time? I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is Thriller, right? But there are a lot. But what's how high do they go? I don't even know that. I just knew gold and platinum. I didn't know anything double, triple, quadruple platinum. I never heard of that before. But anyway, so
yeah,
he,
I got triple platinum or double platinum. I don't know how high mine go.
all right. Well, I'm
I
sure
got
we're going to
mine. I
get some
got all
comment.
mine. I got all mine in 1990, something like
Mhm.
that. So that's as high as I go.
So now I have a question. So since you were not one of the musicians in the band, you were Roadie, you were an important member of the band, but so you're saying everybody who worked with the band got a copy of the gold albums
No,
or
just me, like me and Kevin. Me
okay.
and Kevin got them. That's about all that. Me and Kevin are the only ones that have all of them.
What about Mikey
No, he
Sparks?
just has Rustin and Collins. He don't have any Skinner stuff.
Oh, he wasn't with Skynyrd, right? He was only with
Mm-mm.
Rossington
He was just
Collins.
Rustin and Collins and Alan
Okay.
Collins. So he just has them.
What about the Leonard Skinner tribute band? That's another
They
question
don't
from
have any.
Jeff.
They don't have any records.
They don't have any gold albums or gold
No, uh-uh.
records? Okay.
They don't
All
have
right.
no gold records that I know of. I don't
Okay.
think Last Rebel
Mhm.
or nothing like that ever went gold.
All right.
Right
So
now.
Jeff is saying I'm sure they do have some. So Jeff, if there are any gold records that those tribute band has, please let us know. Please put on the comments. All right. So, because we need to know, we want to know. All right. And then also Jeff says, I wish Javier Medina would make more denim jackets in size large and I would buy a few. Javier Medina is the nicest guy. He's already sent me 2 jackets, one of which I'm going to start wearing more. I have it hanging up on my door. I love the jacket. It's the Alan Collins jacket. And he sent you a couple. He sent you one with the Stone
Yeah, he
Roadie,
sent me a
right?
Stone Roadie one I really like. Yeah, he did a nice job on it. Yeah.
So Javier, you're very talented and people are looking for your stuff. So if maybe you want to reach out to Jeff, we can, hook you up with him or something. He's looking for your product. Maybe you can custom make something for him. That would be really cool. All right. So thanks so much for Javier for being so generous. Medieval Times wants to know if Lynyrd Skynyrd and Kiss ever crossed paths in the 70s. Kiss.
The only time I remember anything with Kiss was when I first, I don't know, few months I was with Skynyrd. We saw Kiss at Alex Cooley's Electric Ballroom in Atlanta, and all they had was police lights on each side of the PA stacks, and they had all their makeup on, and I just thought, I said, those guys are never gonna make it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it showed, I'm the one that said Sweet Home Alabama sucked too, so I'm not much of a talent scout,
Yeah, the costumes for Kiss never appealed to me. So for that reason, I never
They're
appreciated
great.
the
I
band.
love Kiss live. They're great.
Yeah.
I worked up at Blossom. I've worked a lot of Kiss shows. They're great live. They really are. I mean, they really are. I
They
enjoy
really,
them.
they really were whatever. Ace Frehley's gone, but I think, Leonard Skinner was more like appealing to me, the whole look, than Kiss. So I never listened to
I
Kiss.
think Kiss lost their appeal when they dropped the makeup. I think that was a bad move. They dropped the makeup. They lost their appeal, and then they put the makeup back on. But I heard they were all getting acne or something. Is the reason why they quit with the makeup. I don't know. Maybe
You know
that's
what? Ace Frehley, he lived in New Jersey and Sparta, New Jersey, which is about an hour from me. I didn't know he lived in New Jersey. That's interesting. Sparta is a really nice area. It's very like woodsy and hilly. It's beautiful, but I didn't know he lived in New Jersey. I was very surprised to read that. All righty. The next question is from Pete DeSalvo. I know this question. I could probably answer this question because you've answered this so many times. He wants to know what kind of pickups did Gary use for Bernice?
I think they were original humbuckers, as far as I know. I never really had that guitar part, that much. Mike
Okay.
Sparks may have got into it, and Joe Barnes might have got into it, but I never really got into it.
He wants to know if he ever changed the pickups, and he said
Not that I know of.
he heard that he used DiMarzio.
No,
No.
they were stock. Nobody would take PAFs out and put DiMarzios in.
Okay.
That I would think. I don't, that's kind of stupid to me. Why you would take those original PAFs out of that guitar and put DiMarzios. It wouldn't make no sense.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. We don't know for sure. I thought you answered that question. It must have been about something else, but with the equipment for Gary. All right, this question is from Jerome Murphy. He wants to know, going back, Lynyrd Skynyrd, if the plane crash had never happened. Now, these questions all come from when you did this show on October 20th, that's where these questions came from, obviously. He wants to know, what do you think if there had never been a plane crash? What do you think would have come next for Lynyrd Skynyrd? Like, what do you think after after the Street Survivors tour, what would have happened? Were you seeing changes coming up? Like, what were you thinking about? Do you think would have happened? Nice hat with Lynyrd Skynyrd.
I think Gary, Ronnie and Steve would have collaborated and done something together. I know
Mhm.
Ronnie wanted to do a country thing. You know, that's a hard one to speculate. You know, it really is.
Yeah,
There
because the
was so
Street
much going
Survivors.
on. There was
Yeah.
just so much energy going on. You can't tell which way it was gonna fly. You know, there was so much energy going on with Garrett, Ronnie, and Steve, and
Yeah.
you know, and Steve waking up Alan and Gary. You know, going, you know, we gotta get, you know, we gotta step up here. This kid's gonna kick our butts. But he wasn't a kid; he was older than all of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Oh.
And
Were you planning to stay with them?
and he wasn't unknown in the industry either. He was, and he'd been up to Detroit and done that whole thing, and you
Hmm.
know, he was a seasoned veteran almost. You know, around the Michigan, you know, Detroit, the Ted Nugent type of thing. You know, he was up there with the big boys. You know, during that time, Detroit was, putting out some good talent too.
But the guys didn't know that at the time. When Steve first came to
No, that
them,
was
they didn't
just
know.
Cassie
Yeah.
just said, "Hey, my little brother's playing in a bar up the road.
Yeah.
He could play with y'all," and that's all they knew. You know.
Yeah. Yep. We don't know what would have happened, but I think it would have been positive. I think they would have, like you said, Ronnie and Steve collaborating definitely sounded like something that would have really been successful. And what about you? Were you really happy with everything, the way everything was going with the band? You loved what you did and you were really
Oh
in
God,
a good
yeah,
place?
man, it was great. You know,
Okay.
it was great. You know, that was God. All those guys were my friends. You know, I was with seven good friends. You know, traveling around, and well, more than that, you know, Kevin and whoever the crew guys
Yeah.
were. You know, I was with. It was family. You know, it really was. It was like a big family. I mean, all the wives, and it was it was a big family. But
Did you ever just get caught up in where you thought, oh my God, look at this job. This is such an amazing job. Look what I'm doing. Did it ever just say, oh my God, look at this. I'm on this
I didn't
stage with
know
these
that
amazing.
that part of I never recognized that part. I guess you know. Well, yeah, I guess coming from where I'd gone to jump into that. Yeah, I guess I did think that, but I never
Mhm.
you know. It just became part of my life. You know, at the time, it was just I don't know. It's weird.
But you had status. I mean, you were in charge of the backstage passes, right? You were in charge of all the
Well,
passes and the
when I was
stripes.
the stage manager and production manager and stuff, but yeah, at certain parts. But yeah, I started out as a drum roadie,
Hmm.
and then I was a stage manager, and then I was a production manager, and then I became the guitar roadie after all that, and then Ronnie said, "Man, we'll pay you. Everybody likes the way you do guitars, and we'll pay you what we pay a production manager to do guitars. You know, you cool with that?" And I goes, "Hell yeah, you know," because a production manager works all year. You know, when you're off, you're at home advancing shows. When you're a guitar roadie, when you're off, you're off.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to the
Okay.
studio and you work on guitars, but you know,
Wow. That was what a job you had. That was amazing.
it
A
was cool. Yeah.
charmed life, really. And you got to control, who got back to see Ronnie and how much they wanted to meet Ronnie.
That was
I
a
mean,
cool job. Yeah, it was it was trading. I was trading things for things. Yeah,
And just the,
picks and
yeah.
slides and sticks. I was trading for drugs.
Oh my God. And those backstage passes, boy. When I don't know if I told this before, but when the Collins band was playing a couple times, I went to see them, and Gene gave, us passes, my friends, whoever I was with and me backstage. It always said after the show, after the show pass, whatever. But we just thought, we walked past all these people. We went to the Spectrum in Philadelphia, and we just walked past everybody with our stickers. We just thought who we were, like, yeah, it was such a trip to just go right past everybody, go stand on the side of the stage. That was amazing. What a feeling. That's why I wonder if you ever got caught up in it. Like, look what I'm doing. It's just such a amazing.
Oh God, yeah. I remember we got these sweatshirts that said the South will rise again, something like that. They were real cool shirts. It was obvious they were band shirts, but it was real cool wearing those out. You walk out front to the soundboard and everybody was looking, look at that shirt. That's cool. Man, that's a band
Yeah.
guy there.
And you
Uh,
have the necklaces with the IDs.
oh
Anybody who's
yeah,
got one of
yeah,
those
yeah,
necklaces, that's
yeah.
a big
I'm in the
thing.
band. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my God. I remember when I saw Peter Frampton, that was probably my first concert, like in 77. I was just envy. We were all the way up in the nosebleed in Madison Square Garden, but I wanted nothing more to be behind that stage. I just like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to be part of it. I don't want to be back here in the green. When I was when I was graduating high school, I had no intention of going to college. I wanted to move to Jacksonville and hang out with Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Yeah.
And I applied to these colleges. I remember applying to colleges. My mother said, you have to go to college. So I applied to all the colleges in Jacksonville. And I put, my SAT scores, send them to all the colleges in Jacksonville. And my mother said, oh, no, you're not. She changed them all. And I said, I want to go down to college in Jacksonville. Oh, no, you're not. You're going to the local school right here. She just put the kibosh on that. And that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to move to Jacksonville, go to college, and just find all the people from Lynyrd Skynyrd. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to be part of that whole scene.
That's why
Never
we had
happened.
that's why we had the after show passes. We had to go through
Yes.
the crowd and give the girls an after show pass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
After
here.
show, but
Oh, you look good. Here's an after show pass. We'll see you after the show. We didn't give them a stage pass. It was after the show.
yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we never benefited from that. It's just cool to have it. All right. LS Freebird. Is that Lori Shoemaker? Is she LS Freebird? I think
Yeah,
she is,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
it is.
She wants to know if you've heard from Paul about Paul Abraham, what's going on
I
with
have
him.
not. I
Okay.
haven't. I I probably should give him a call. I haven't really talked to him since, I asked him if he wanted to do another podcast, and he said he'd like to, but I haven't heard from him
Oh,
since.
all right.
Well,
Well,
I think Lori is the last one to talk to him. She said he was, out of hospice, and
yeah. Well, Lori, didn't she go down to, I think she was at Aunt Jane Van Zant's birthday party, right? Wasn't Lori Shoemaker there? I know Kathy Keeble was there. Aunt Jane's birthday
I
party, I think.
wasn't at Jane's birthday party. I don't know.
Okay. I thought it was she who I saw. I thought it was Lori Shoemaker, but okay. Well, we don't know if anybody knows how Paul's doing. Let us know. Paul, if you hear this and you're watching this, let us know how you're doing. Reach out to Craig. We all care about you. All right. So there's a gentleman by the name of Mega Nostra. He says, hey guys, I'm an over the road truck driver. I can't help but wonder if Craig remembers what kind of transport trucks the band used back in the day. Do you remember?
I
That's
think
that's a
they
hard
they
question
were
to remember.
Shoko trucks.
Okay.
Yeah, they were Shoko trucks.
Okay. There were the big trucks, like the big
Yeah, 18. Well, there was
tractors.
three of them. They
Okay.
were. I'm pretty sure they were Shoko trucks.
So they used three of those trucks for all the equipment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the band gear and the lights went in one truck, and the sound went in another truck.
Okay.
It was three trucks.
Okay. And then the buses, how many buses were there?
Three
One for the
buses.
band, three buses? Okay. Yeah. And one was you said the milk and cookies bus, right? Is that the
Yeah.
one you were in?
Well, the Milk and Cookies bus, that was a tribute band bus. That
Oh, tribute band. Okay.
was,
We
yeah.
heard the stories about what you did in the bus, so you were naughty in the bus, so you were you made a mess in the bus. So
Not on the Milk and Cookies bus was the Gary and Johnny's bus
hmm
with the girls, Dale and Carol and Michael and no Michael was another, but was a Milk and Cookies. Ricky, yeah. I was
okay.
on the Milk and Cookies bus for a while, but I got moved to the other bus, and
Wow.
then I got moved to the crew bus. That's
Is
where
that after you
no,
soiled
that's
the
where I pissed all over everybody on the crew bus.
on the crew bus? So they
Yeah.
should have left you on the milk and cookies bus. Maybe you wouldn't have done that. All right. Patricia Lynn wants to know if you've heard anything from Randall, how he's doing.
Haven't heard from Randall.
All right.
I heard it.
Randall, if you're watching this, let us know how you're doing. All right.
I'd heard he was supposed to be touring somewhere. I don't know if he's done that or what he's doing really.
He was supposed to be touring Randall Hall with whom?
With I don't know. He's supposed to be out playing with somebody. I don't know. That's what I
Oh,
thought. I thought. I don't know.
okay. What about Derek Hess? Do you know what he's up to? Anybody
No,
heard from him? Okay.
I
And I
don't
guess
know.
Barry's still with the Artemis Pyle band, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Bo's not with them anymore.
No, I know that. No, I do want to reach out to him again through his email because I met him a couple of months ago in New Jersey when they were playing around the corner, and he said he would like to come on the podcast sometime. But I just have to reach out again, see if I can get
Yeah,
contact
like
with
I
him.
said, I saw him on that TV show called I don't remember what the name of the floor. Yeah,
hmm
saw him on there uh one time, but yeah, I don't know.
Was that a reality show? What was it
No, the
exactly?
floor. So I don't know. It's some kind of weird game show.
Oh, he's on a game show now? Oh, that's
He was
interesting.
just one. He was on a. I guess it was maybe a celebrity game show he was on.
Oh.
But they showed it on a commercial. They were, showing that he was on there. So I don't know.
It would be cool if he were a judge on Star Search. Not Star Search. I always get that mixed up. What is that show again? Oh, America, not, what is the show?
The Voice,
No, where he got, I can't remember, not Star Search.
Star, Star,
American Idol.
American Idol.
I
Oh
keep calling it Star Search.
yeah.
It would be cool if he became a judge on American Idol.
Oh
That
yeah.
would be cool. Yeah, he's definitely qualified to do that. All right, I got another question. I have a question from Jerome Murphy. And I know that you're not going to write a book. You've already said you're not going to write a book. I'm not asking you that question.
Hold on a minute. I'm just gonna
All right.
pause this. Somebody's at my door.
All right, so we have one more question left for this Saturday night special Halloween 2025. The last question is from Jerome Murphy. Now, I know you've already said many times in response to many requests that you're not going to write a book. You're not going to write a book. We know Craig is not going to write a book, so stop asking him. But he wants to know whether anyone has ever offered to co write a book with you on your experiences with Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of people that wanted to do that, but if I was going to write a book, I'd really want to do it myself, but I'm too stupid to do that. I wouldn't want to tell people something and have them put it in their own words. I don't know. It just wouldn't be.
No, you're not stupid. It's just that it's a lot of work, and you've already who is
There's
that?
my friend Tony who just showed up.
Hi, Tony. Craig
Hello,
thought you
brother.
were a trick-or-treater who took a chance knocking at your door.
Trick or treat. Your choice.
All right.
What's Craig? I'm afraid to ask what he's giving out to people. Who
I
come
think
to his
it's time
door.
to go.
All right. No, I'm done. That was my last question.
All right then. Okay, well, this has been the Stone Roadie Show Halloween special with the lovely Kathy GODSEY and me, the Stone Roadie.
The superstar.
I have a feeling Craig's going to enjoy the rest of this night more than we imagined.
And yeah, so see you. Wow, look at that. See you later, alligator.
Oh, you enjoy that. You enjoy that.
Act a wild crocodile.
Those are chocolate-covered candy cigarettes, right? They're
Yeah,
chocolate-covered candy cigarettes.
Oh, wait.
Wow. That's all White Widow.
A white window. Here.
That's for you.
All righty. All right. Yeah.
All right. You
Get outta
enjoy the
here.
rest of your night. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy
Okay.
Halloween.
Okay.
Toodaloo.
Bye.
Oh, where's the button? Bye.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep token until then.